Universe that starts services with the Doobie Brothers.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know who said that, but I'm pretty sure that that's exactly what's going on. Hey, you know what? I read an article this morning in Parade about the Kennedys, which was kind of cool. And, you know, and he really did, not he, but the family envelops something that I think Jan and I believe so firmly, and that's to be of service. I mean, why else are we on this earth, really, except to be of service? You know, whether it's, you know, we went, Jan, we went to the hospital at Trios on Friday morning, and we walk in, and here's, I hear this, oh, hi, Phil, and I look, and here's someone I barely recognized, known her for about 25 years, but I haven't seen her in about 23. And she still remembered my name, and she's retired, and she serves there, you know, on a couple days a week. But there's tons of things people can do for service in the Tri-Cities. And after all, if you can't do it here, where else can you do it? The energy, the faith, the devotion which we bring to this endeavor will light our country and all who serve it, and the glow that the fire can truly light the world. I believe that. Ta-da! And we do have a couple patron saints by the name of George Carlin and John Lennon. And John said, words are flying out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither while they pass, and they slip away across the universe. Think about that. And George, when will Jesus bring the pork chops? This title offends all three major religions and even vegetarians. I know. And speaking, you volunteer too at the Carousel of Dreams, do you not? Yeah, see? There you go. Anybody been to the Carousel of Dreams? It's great. It's great. Please go. I mean, that is, Eric just did a great job with that whole thing. So, and the community, because that was a community project. That thing wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the community as a whole. Huh? Oh, you don't know what the Carousel of Dreams is? It's a big carousel where you get on just like a little kid and you ride around and you grab the ring, and it's great. It's absolutely wonderful. Any adult that has not been on one since they're a child needs to go. Any child that has not been there needs to go. It can be life-altering for a child, absolutely life-altering. At the Southridge Event Center, in near where Bob's Big Boy is, and the 9/11 Memorial. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one.
That's been a few years ago.
You always pass failure on your way to success. Some of us make detours to it, but a man's character is his fate. That was Heraclides, 540 BC. Smart guy. The final test of fame is to have a crazy person imagine he is you. So am I pretending, or am I having someone imitate me? You never know. Early orchestras were made. Hey, you know, if this is the first time you've been to the Divine Fellowship, this is going to be an interesting day, because this is our drumming Sunday. We try to do this about once a quarter, certainly, maybe 3 times a year. But it's always very different and very fun. And if you don't have a drum, ask. We'll get you one. Early orchestras were made up largely of harpsichords, lutes, lyres, and flutes. That's L-Y-R-E-S, so just tell you. But in 1624, Claudio Monteverdi began using various types of viols in harmony. By 1700, resources of the stringed instrument were well understood, and the first and second violin arrangements were adopted. These instruments proved to be effective, and the device was carried over into popular music. Though the fiddle was a favorite instrument with the common folk of England, a few amateurs were content to play second parts. As a result, to play second fiddle came into wide use as a term for any subservient relationship. Who knew? Who knew? Who knew that lightning strikes 6,000 times per minute on this planet? No. Lightning strikes about 6,000 times per minute on this planet. Think about that. Big planet. Stuff going on. Absolutely. Got the calendar, April calendars already out in the back. And hey, you know what? Our expo is on the 11th and 12th of this month, or next month now. So remember, 2 weeks from now, so everybody start doing the social media thing and getting the word out, yelling at everybody, taking things, handing them out, dollar off coupons, and come, have fun, help out if you can, but just be there. It's wonderful. It's sick, huh? They're in the back.
We'll be handing some out in a little bit.
Bring a canned food or pet food, and you'll also get $1 off. So not on top of the other $1. It's one or the other. So. And this is the 15th year we've done the show. So, and let's see on the calendar, interchange with Sandra and William on Wednesday. Good Friday coming up, and Happy Easter.
Saturday,
Yes.
next Saturday. You want to say
Saturday the 4th is nothing on here.
right? There's nothing on there yet.
But next Saturday, we're having a cleanup.
Oh.
So if
Now the people on YouTube will know next Saturday.
Come on out, YouTube. You people even overseas, come out and help clean up around the area. We're starting to get some pretty tall weeds. I'm going to spray them during the week, but we need to get it cleaned up. Get it cleaned up for Easter, if nothing else. And then, but we don't get it cleaned up, then I'll have my kids do it on Earth Day. So, if you have any Earth Day projects you want me to do, I don't know, about 100 kids I want to keep busy for the day. So, with that said, next Saturday right here, maybe we can arrange some kind of a lunch or something. So,
Oh, I'm sure of that.
show up 8 o'clock or so, 8, 9 o'clock. I'm an early riser. Maybe 9 o'clock for the non-early risers and 8 o'clock, and 9 o'clock for the rest of them, 8 o'clock for the rest of us. All right?
Done by 9.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you. A committee, a body that keeps minutes and wastes hours. Dust, mud with the juice squeezed out. Egotist, someone who is usually knee-deep in conversation. And a handkerchief, cold storage. That'd be one for a young teenager. They'd love that one. Boy, yeah, they'd repeat that one about 20,000 times. I was thinking about people seem to read the Bible a whole lot more as they get older. Then it dawned on me, they were cramming for their finals. As for me, I'm just hoping God grades on the curve. The older you get, the tougher it is to lose weight, because by then your body and your fat have gotten to be really good friends.
Awesome. That's the problem.
This was one I did for, remember Dorothy? Dorothy's still around. She's kind of, hi Dorothy, if you're listening. She's got to be, 92, 3, something like that. She's getting up there. This was one of the ones for her. A store that sells new husbands has opened in New York City, where a woman may go to choose a husband. Among the instructions at the entrance is a description of how the store operates. You may visit the store only once. There are 6 floors, and the value of the products increase as the shopper ascends the flights. The shopper may choose any item from a particular floor, or may choose to go up to the next floor, but you cannot go back down except to exit the building. So a woman goes in the husband's store to find a husband. On the first floor, the sign on the door reads, "First floor, these men have jobs." She is intrigued, but continues to the second floor where the sign reads, "Floor 2, these men have jobs and love kids." That's nice, she thinks, but I want more. She continues upward. The third floor sign reads, "These men have jobs, love kids, and are extremely good looking." Wow, she thinks, but feels compelled to keep going. She goes to the 4th floor, and the sign reads, "These men have good jobs, love kids, are drop-dead gorgeous, and help with the housework. Oh, mercy me." She claims, "I can hardly stand it." Still, she goes on to the 5th floor, and the sign reads, These men have jobs, love kids, drop dead gorgeous, help with the housework, and have a strong romantic streak. She is also tempted to stay, but she goes to the 6th floor where the sign reads, "You are visitor 31,456,012 to this floor." There are no men on this floor. This floor exists solely as proof that women are impossible to please. Thank you for shopping. There's more, but we have young people in the audience. Darn. I was hoping there wouldn't be.
Okay, while he's putting all that down, a couple things. April's communion list, for people that don't know, the communion that's put together and that we share every week is done by volunteers, and so we need some slots filled up for April next weekend. Sandra, were you and Bill going to do the expo again? Okay, there's a name on there that's already on there, and I'll call them and see if maybe we can move them to another week. So we'll put you on there. So I'm going to send that around. Just if you could, if you like to volunteer, if you're not sure what it's all about or how to do it, you can see me and I can help you with it. It's really simple and it just takes a few minutes of your time on Sunday morning. And so I'm going to send that around. Just put your name and your telephone number on there so that I can contact you. So I'll start that over here. Make sure that it comes back up to the front on the other side when they're done in the back. Okay, and a couple of things. I'm not gonna go over the raffle tickets for the Guys and Dolls, the play, the show, the musical, whatever you want to call it, in Spokane, April 26th. We have 2 tickets that I am selling raffle tickets for, $2 a ticket. If you are interested, please see me. This is going to be on the 26th of April, so we have a few weeks to work with here with the expo and everything coming up. We've got other things going on. Recipes, we still need some recipes for Lynn's. We put some in the box back on the back counter there, and you can email them to her as well. I have her email address if you need it. And let's see if there was anything else I needed today. It looks like that's everything. Janice, was there anything else that I missed? Okay. And I hand the mic to Sandra.
Good morning. I am in charge of the lectures. I have 4 slots to where I need timekeepers. The timekeepers have a simple job. They show up about 20 minutes until before the end or stay for the whole lecture. And they hold up a sign that says you have 5 minutes. And then you wait 5 minutes, and when they're talking, you took 0 sign. It's over. You need to be stopped. And they don't stop, you go. We have 15 minutes between each lecture. And so it's important that the lecturer understands, and I tell them that before they begin, to clear out the room for the next lecture. I have 4 places that are checked on my list where I need someone who's willing to be a timekeeper. Now, you don't have to stay for the whole lecture if you want to. You just be there about 20 minutes before it's over, and or 15 minutes, and then the signs will be there in the room, and do that little duty would be great. Okay, I'm going to send this around, and I thank you very much.
Here we go. All right. Welcome. I know. You got. I don't stand still either.
Once he stops talking, you just kind of sit down.
Okay. Yeah, just don't. Okay. All right. So welcome to Drumming Sunday. Has anybody not been here for a Drumming Sunday? Give me your hands. Awesome. You're in for a treat. Welcome, by the way. We're want me to do something a little different today. So we're going to start off with by request. So if you want to come on up. Yeah, we get this drum solo. No, we'll start off with Mother. And then the second song, I was thinking for the second song that we can do is maybe the morning song. So with that said, keeps me honest. Okay, with that said, we have something else for you. And Dan's going, if you wanted to kind of set your drums aside for a little while, Dan's
Day. Good morning. Good morning. Natakwiyas and all my relatives. Hapila. I'm happy to see you. If you're happy to see others, can you turn and tell them that? Happy to see you. Good. Lots of smiles. Lots of smiles. You know, there are many different traditions, and many of us have walked through a variety of traditions. We spend a good deal of time looking at them in hopes of living in a good way. A number of those traditions, however, seem to focus on thou shalt not, what not to. I would offer a place for them. But what I would also offer is that you have to look through it, sort it out, figure it, and turn it around so you can figure out what to do so you can avoid the thou shalt nots. Seems to me that would be difficult to master, particularly if we're not doing as well as we might like to be doing. So what if there was a tradition or traditions where it was all about what to do? Thou shalt do. Thou shalt, if you will. Some Eastern traditions have that, so do Native American traditions, and that's what we're going to focus on today. In doing thou shalt, it would seem that you're going to know if you're walking in a good way, and you're going to know that what you're doing will lead to living a good life. I would offer that these Native American traditions will help us do just that. Now, whether you call them sacred values or sacred truths or sacred laws, or what nation or what tribe you're talking about, it really doesn't matter. The thrust is pretty much the same. Here are things to do to live a good life in peace. Peace with ourselves and peace with others, and to provide honor and respect to all of those in the community. It is said that the 7 values we'll talk about today were given to the people by White Buffalo Calf woman long ago. They've been handed down for many years. The 7 as presented today also draw from the words of a gentleman by the name of Martin Highbear, who has long since crossed over. He was an elder in the Lakota Way. I never met him, but I know people who spent years and years and years with him. I believe they would tell you his themes are universal, and they apply to all of us. That is my belief as well. Keep in mind, too, that 7 has a significance, the 7 directions. The west, the north, the east, the south, the above, and the below, and the within. For today's discussion, it's the within that we'll speak to. So, let's take a look at these 7 values and see if they have any value for you or any value for me. The first of the values is called Wichozane. That means your life with good health, to live that way. Now, on the surface, it seems that a lot of us, it would make good sense to do just that. Eat right, get plenty of rest, exercise, and all of those kinds of things seem to come together for that. And I suppose many of us do just that. But let's look a little further. Our bodies are our temples, our houses, our carriages, however you want to look at it. Yet some of us take better care of our cars and our animals than we do our own body. So what does that say about our view of life? What does that say about our view of ourselves? Martin Heiber said, "We are given these robes or bodies to live a good human life. We receive them in a good condition, so let us return them to Mother Earth the same way. Teach your children to take good care of their eyes, their ears, their arms, and so on." Good health is relative to the mind, the body, and the spirit, he said. 5 Wounds, by Nez Perce, said it this way: whatever the gains, whatever the loss, they are yours. So, where your health is concerned, what do you want to own? Do you want to own gains in your physical health? Or do you want to own losses in your physical health? The second of value is called Wikon Kok. It means to live from generation to generation. We have fathers, mothers, children, grandchildren, aunts and uncles, and that kind of stuff. But that focus is not enough. It has been said that we are to look back 7 generations to see the errors that have taken place, and then to live our lives so that we don't repeat those errors. And then we're to look forward 7 generations to ensure that we care for Mother Earth, and in this life, we prepare for the generations to come. Remember, too, that as with the circle of life, there is no beginning and there is no end. It is our responsibility. The circle continues, and as it is our time to walk the circle, it is also our responsibility to see to it that we leave the circle better than when we entered it. The only path to leave behind us is that which can be walked in a good way. Sitting Bull, Ahung Papa Su, said this: "Let us put our minds together and see what life we will make for our children." Chief John Ross, a Cherokee in the early 1800s, said this: "Let us look forward to the pleasing landscape of the future." Value number 3 is Inila. You shall live your lives with quietness. Martin Heiber said we should learn the value of being quiet. We should learn to listen. Quietness and listening are not just about listening with our ears. It is also about listening with our eyes, listening with our hands. It's about hearing with our hearts and with our souls. Everything from a good morning to the most fervent prayer has something for us to learn if we will just quiet ourselves and hear it. The animals, the water, the winds, the trees, all have a voice that will provide guidance to us if we will but quiet ourselves in our center and invite the universe in. Martin also said there's a special healing quality that comes with quietness, and he is right. But how can we begin to heal ourselves when we so often scream so loudly in our souls that even divine source would have trouble hearing us? A Native American proverb says it like this: "Listen, or your tongue will make you deaf." The fourth of the values is weave skin. The people shall live with happiness. All of the people have happiness available to them. We all have happiness available to us. Given any situation, we always have a choice in how to view the situation and how to get through the situation. There can be happiness in a birth. There can be happiness in a recovery. There can be happiness in falling in love. There can be happiness in falling over laughter. There can be happiness associated with most anything one can think of in our life. What are you happy today for? I would offer that every one of us here today can come up with at least one thing to be happy about. Take a moment to think of that. What are you happy about today? Everybody have something in mind? And do you know we can live the rest of this day being happy just about that one thing, and it makes all the difference. Neither anger or fear shall find lodging in your mind. This was said by Dekanawida, an Iroquois, around the year 1300. There's also a Navajo song that says in part, "Walk on a rainbow trail Walk on a trail of song, and all about you will be beauty. There's a way out of every dark mist over a rainbow trail. Happiness is for us all. Divine Source knows what happiness can mean to each of us. Perhaps all we need do is turn toward Divine Source and ask what happiness can mean to each of us. I think I can guarantee that if we do that in a good way, Creator will provide what it is we need to know in order for each of us to be happy in the way that we need to be happy. All we need to do is ask. The fifth of the values is Okichiapo. The people shall help one another. Lone man, a Teton Sioux who lived in the late 19th century, said it this way: I have seen in any great undertaking, it is not enough for a man to depend simply upon himself. It's pretty clear that being with others can make it easier than being by ourselves in life. We in Divine Fellowship, all of us here, we are in community. We give to and we take from the community. The skills that I have are not the skills that you folks have. The thoughts that I have are not the thoughts that you folks have. The things that I have in this life are not the things that you folks have in this life. So for all of us to be complete, we need to be in community. And by the way, community is defined as a social unit of any size that shares common values. And yes, we share common values surrounding faith, surrounding heart, and surrounding soul in this community. Each of us is an individual, but together we are stronger and more resilient than we are as individuals. Hold up one finger. Imagine pushing against the sky. Now imagine pushing with 2 fingers. Now imagine pushing with 3, now with 4, now with your fist. We can all come together in a much stronger way than any of us by ourselves can hope to accomplish. And I also would offer that in helping helping others, we help ourselves. One other thought. Think about this. Sometimes we have to be willing to take in order for an opportunity to come about for someone else to give. We're all very good at giving. We're not all quite so good at taking. But there is the balance. If I'm not willing to take, that robs Daryl of an opportunity to give. In community, we must have both. I would offer, too, that we need not wait when we see those who are flailing. We all know in our quietness what it is we need to do, who we need to be, where we need to be, and what we need to do to help others. All we need to do is listen. Kanasatego of the Onondaga tribe in the 1700s said this: in the last place, we are bound to watch for others' preservation. The sixth of the values, Wawasaki, the people shall live with power. Today you hear all kinds of power, political power, money power. Not what I'm talking about. Power is not something we use to create advantage over others. The power spoken here is that which is given us by Creator, the Great Spirit. It is not something we can attain for ourselves, and it is certainly not something that we take away from others. There's an old Cherokee adage that says, though we are powerful and strong and we know how to fight, we do not wish to fight. Power does not manifest in winning. It doesn't manifest in causing others to be less than, or less adequate, or to have less. Martin Heiber said that power can be described as a spiritual energy that can help us to move forward on this red road of life. Well-centered spiritual energy can power us in all situations. Actually, it does power us in basic functions. Our breath, our heartbeat, our blood and circulation. That is power. I would suggest that we here at Divine Fellowship have a pretty good understanding of energy associated with compassion, strength, love, peace, and those kinds of things which are positive in outlook. And by the way, What is the greatest power? Love. It's the greatest power there is. Anything focused from a perspective of love gives us the power needed to better ourselves in community. Rohan Sanakak, he was a Powhatan in the middle 1500s. Why do you take by force what you can have by love? Know too that with the power of love comes a great responsibility and the knowledge that all we possess are gifts from Creator to be used for good. The seventh of the values is a combination. Aho Kipa is the first part. Yuana Hanyan is the second. Respect and honor. The people shall respect and honor all people and all of God's creation. So said Martin Heiberg. Respect and honor are necessary contributions to the ability to live in peace with each other. They are also critical to understanding all of the facets of love. Each and every one of us deserves honor and respect from everybody else. And every one of us has a responsibility to see to it that we provide honor and respect to everyone else. There again is the balance. Whether a person is old, feeble, unschooled, uncultured, smells good, smells bad, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make any difference. You know, it has been said that God is no respecter of persons. Why in the world then would we think that we could be? Respect and honor can be shown in our daily interactions, in our prayers, in our words, in our smiles. In fact, respect and honor can be our very countenance to be exercised every single day. What a gift it is to others if we could, in respect and honor, just show it. What a gift to others it would be for respect and honor to be seen by them as they see us. You know people like that. Can you see the amazing difference there would be and the results there would be if we all carried respect for ourselves and for others? Again, there's the balance. What a world changer that might be. So, there you have it. 7 laws, 7 vows, 7 thoughts, however you want to say it. All of these are views on how to live a good life. Mix and match to your heart's content. Any one of them gives you a better life. Any combination will give you a greater life. Imagine what life might be like if all of us were to engage in all 7 of these all the time. Can you imagine what life might be like for ourselves, for our community, for the world with whom we interact every single day? Can you imagine the lift and energy that would cause? How cool would that be? Thank you. Ilamaya Yelo. Now when Janice is ready, we have a guided meditation. Janice, how would you like to do that? I can do it. I can do it now if you like. Okay. What I'd like you to do is get quiet. What Daryl's going to do, since we've talked about Mother, what you're going to hear is the slow heartbeat of Mother Earth as we go through this meditation. That's what Daryl's going to do. So Daryl, whenever you... There you go. So Daryl, whenever you're ready. Sit back and relax. Close your eyes. Deep breath. And relax into your center. Another deep breath. Find where your center is. Relax and one more breath. Find yourself walking down a path in the woods, enjoying the sights and the sounds around you. After a while, See yourself coming into a clearing, and in that clearing are some tree stumps surrounding an inviting campfire. And then you notice the tree stumps have names. Health, generations, quietness, happiness, help, power, respect, honor. As you look at these stumps, you begin to notice that there is a column of light that is shining on one of the stumps. You may also see that there's a column of light shining on more than one stump. And you might see the column of light shining between the stumps. When you're ready, walk toward the fire and stand in the column of light that you're seeing. If it happens to be shining over a stump, feel free to sit down on that stump for a little while. And now just experience the comfort of the light and the warmth of the campfire. The fire is not too cool. The fire is not too hot. It is just right, and you feel cozy and comfortable there. As you're there, you suddenly feel the urge to throw something in the campfire. It could be a thought, a feeling, an attitude, an emotion, a misunderstanding, a question. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, just toss it into the fire. Just listen and watch as the fire crackles and sizzles and pops. Pay attention to how safe you feel there. And as the fire crackles and sizzles some more, you notice that an ember pops out of the fire at your feet. And it's safe to pick up. You pick it up and you realize that it's comfortable to the touch. And just hold it in your hand with your hand open. And watch as that ember transforms. It becomes a gift for you from the energy of the campfire, from divine source. It may be a word, an object, or a sound. Just hold your gift and now in your own way, just give thanks to the nurturing of the fire and the nurturing of the light. And now with your gift in hand, either stand if you were sitting or turn if you were standing. And quietly walk away from the campfire, through the clearing to the same path that you entered upon. And find yourself walking again along the path. Notice any differences on the path now that you didn't see when you walked in. And taking the next few steps, make your way back into the room here. Come back into the present. Move your body around, arms stretch out a little bit. Welcome back. Any questions or comments? Yes, ma'am.